is just a thought I've had on my mind lately, and it actually was sparked from a comment I received. And I think viewers and followers, subscribers, you do this with really great intention, and I understand why you do this. Maybe you have a favorite creator, you really love their outlook and their opinions on shoes, and so you say, hey, can you review, insert whichever pair, whichever colorway, model, brand, doesn't matter. But I have a follow-up question to that. Do you think that maybe takes away from the genuine interest that creator, collector may have in a shoe? Because it's not based on them loving the shoe, wanting the shoe, buying the shoe for themselves. It's based on just doing it for the content itself. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl TJ back, another video on Talks with TJ. And again, this thought, it's been on my mind lately, and I really appreciate you tuning into this video. Any video you tune into, whether it's an unboxing, me continuing to buy Fear of God and Essentials, or budget talks, or just talks, I guess, within sneaker YouTube and the creator aspect from my lens, communicating that and sharing it with you. So again, I think viewers and subscribers, when they pose these questions beneath videos for sneaker YouTubers, it's done with the intention of, hey, I value your opinion. I'm curious your perspective on this shoe. So can you please think about maybe doing a review on this shoe? Totally get it again. And just looking at it that way, nothing wrong with that. But when I start to think about it a little bit more as a viewer myself, if they're only doing it because myself as a viewer, I'm asking them to, does that take away some part of it being a genuine desire for them to want the shoe? Is it an empty review at that point? Is it just a review for views? And it kind of feels that way. And not to say that creators won't do that with the blueprint of, hey, this is my job, this is my career. I've said it before. If you're a full-time creator, then having product in front of your audience all of the time, that's likely what you have to do to be able to actually generate views and AdSense and a profit and survive. So I get that. But I think it's still valid to inquire, is that going to take away anything genuine in relation to the shoe itself? And I think personally it could for me if I were only asking someone to do something just because I would like them to do it, not because they have a genuine compulsion to do it on their own. And so just think about that as a viewer. Do you think it takes away, like, do you knock down a few notches maybe the actual thoughts that creator may have on that shoe because they're only doing it because, hey, you pretty much like posed that question to them and they said, yeah, sure. I mean, that's an easy video to throw, that's easy content, and I can likely get caught up in the algorithm and generate quite a bit of traction. That's what you want as a creator. But I would also like to bring in two more points. Now, this is a recurring point that I've made on my channel, but is their opinion on a shoe, is that the final determining factor for you spending your hard-earned money on a shoe and then actually buying it and adding it to the collection? I'm always a little bit scary, and I really appreciate you guys whenever you give super kind. I mean, listen, I'm humbled by the feedback. And when you guys have commented that, you know what, you made that shoe look amazing. I didn't really value that shoe, appreciate that shoe, but now I do, based on how you styled it, the way you rock it. I humbly appreciate that. I really do. I still don't know if that alone, if I would want that to be the reason you go and you purchase the shoe. Because what if that apprehension is still there? It still really doesn't fit your style and you're just doing it because you saw someone else and it looked really great on them. We've all fallen into that trap before, and then like months later, you're like, why do I have this item? I haven't worn it. I just made an empty purchase for no reason, and now I have to get rid of said purchase. I know. I just don't want to be so selfish in myself that I think like, yeah, I'm the reason that person bought that shoe. No, I want you to have a real connection with the shoe, the brand. You know, it could be with the brand, it could be with the model, it could be with the colorway, it could be with the story, how it fits into your style. I would personally want that for you as someone spending your money, especially in this economy, on a shoe versus it just being because, hey, like you thought that I made it look good. I appreciate it, but you gotta do what works for you. And then my other additional point, have you already explored content on that specific shoe? I mean, remember, there are thousands, I mean thousands of creators, sometimes millions within any one specific area, niche, or genre of YouTube itself. And certainly that applies to sneaker YouTube and streetwear and fashion in general. So a pair that you're interested in, have you already done a search on that specific pair, model, sizing help, anything of that nature? Because if you haven't, I would bet if you did, you would likely find quality content already out on it. And you'll hear me say a number of times, hey, if you're interested in X items, let's say for Fear of God or Fear of God Essentials, maybe I'm not picking up everything, even though I do have some things on the way from the Essence sale, but maybe I'm not picking up everything. So maybe go look at Locust and Wild Honey, because Paul may very well have done a video on a lot of the items that have recently dropped. Or maybe if you're looking for the technical and historical breakdown of a shoe, you know what? Go to Wear Testers, because we all understand that that is a great place to be able to get the ins and outs of the shoe, and if the brand actually stuck by their original design. He will always hold them to the flame when it comes to that. Or if you just want like really crisp quality visuals, the on foot is amazing, the view is amazing, go look at Sean Go, because he really will provide all of that for you, and an abundance of New Balance pairs that I love and appreciate and want to see. So when it comes to the pairs that we want to see, just be a little bit more resourceful, I would say, and just look. You may stumble upon a new creator that you don't typically watch and you really like their content. You like their editing style, you like the pace of the video. You may stumble upon someone else as a go-to resource for content, because there's times where I'm watching content on a sneaker even if I have zero intention of buying it. You guys know I've pulled back on buying quite a few pairs. That doesn't mean I've pulled back on the creators I really enjoy watching. And I'll still watch them and say, man, you know what? I like this element of the shoe. I like the way they broke this down. That doesn't mean, again, that I'm going to buy the shoe if I didn't intend to buy it, but there's so much out there that you can enjoy and explore. And so just like, listen, if you're not too careful, we've all done it, right? You just start consuming empty calories and it really doesn't even do a whole lot for you. You're just doing it because you're doing it and because it's readily right there, it's available, it's in front of you. If a creator is just constantly doing reviews on shoes because you're asking that of them, how meaningful is it? Because I would think you would, you know, we often talk about people only chasing the hype and they're only caring about a shoe that has high resale value. Is that really what we genuinely want? Or do you want creators to have a genuine interest in the shoe itself when they're displaying it, showing it, reviewing it, giving you their thoughts on it? Again, just something that went through my mind. So I appreciate you tuning into this video and any video you tune into. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. I will have a few more Fear of God Essentials items on the way, so be sure to tune in for that. Peace.